How's it going, YouTube? This is Wake Run Collapse, and welcome to a new series that we're starting on the channel today. So I think there's been a lot to do on YouTube these past few months and the past year about having bigger and better and badder openings, and a lot of competition that's been going on. And I certainly do collect on a fairly high level, but I think that somewhere along the line we kind of lost sight of what it meant to be a collector of cards, to what it meant to want to complete things or appreciate things for what they are. So what I've decided to do is test out a series on the channel and see what you guys think of it. I asked about this on Twitter a few days ago, and I seem to get a pretty positive response towards it, so we're going to try it out. So I'm going to show you the Metagross cards through the years, and that's what the series is going to be called, is the Through the Years series. So we're going to show off any Metagross card that I possess at all. There are 22 Japanese versions of Metagross cards according to Bulbapedia. As it turns out, I own 20 of them. I own every Metagross card that appears in a full set, and I do have some of the promos, although not all of them. You'll notice that a couple of them are missing. I'm missing a 3rd generation promo and a 5th generation promo, but everything else is going to be here. So I'm going to show them to you one by one, and hopefully you can have a finer appreciation for Metagross and its journey through the TCG over the years, as well as the way that some artwork has been changing as time has gone on. Now, I'm not going to spend a couple of minutes on every card, but I do want to show each and every one of them off to you. So if you are in support of this series, if you do enjoy this kind of thing, I hope you will hit the like button down below and maybe leave a comment and let me know not only what maybe your favorite Metagross card is out of the various cards that you'll be seeing in this video, but also a Pokemon that you might like me to do in this Through the Year series in the future. I'd love to get some feedback on the current series as well as ideas for Pokemon to feature going forward, so please use the comment section to let me know about that stuff. So believe it or not, the first set-based Metagross card wasn't even a regular holo, it was an EX. Metagross EX appeared in the Undone Seal expansion. As you can see right here, an old school EX. You can even see the numbering down at the bottom, 71 out of 83 with that set logo right there. So pretty fancy introduction to Japanese sets. Wasn't the first Metagross card printed, but it's way too much work to go through them all individually based on release date, especially because they're not sorted that way for Japanese releases on Bulbapedia. Next card you're going to see is a Metagross Holo, this time Psychic type, from Clash of the Blue Sky. Pretty cool. The majority, obviously, of Metagross cards will be Steel or Psychic type, owing to its typing. But every now and again, you'll get a card like this, a Metagross Delta Species Holo, which appears in Holon Research Tower. It is an Electric type. What a world we live in. And I love this card, too. It was really fancy. Next up might be the most valuable Metagross card that you see out of all of these, and it's also from Holon Research Tower, but this is the Metagross Gold Star. You can see the star right next to its Japanese name right there. Very, very nice, and we'll zoom in right there just because Gold Star does need some love. If you ever get the opportunity to pick up this card, I definitely recommend it. I have collected, as it turns out, all the Japanese Gold Stars, and I'd be hard-pressed to say that I love one way more than all the others, so it's nice to see them all again. Next up is another Metagross EX, another old-school EX. This one appeared in World Champions Pack, which is a notoriously very difficult set to complete, as we have seen it just be such a ridiculous challenge to complete. I actually haven't finished it. It's the only Japanese full set that I have not finished, because I'm missing a couple energy cards from it. But it's very nice artwork as well. So, next up we're going to have a Japanese holo. Of course they're all Japanese. This one is a Metagross holo from Temple of Anger, one half of Diamond and Pearl 5. Metagross definitely gets a lot of holographic love. But that holo style does change from time to time, as it did here with Pulse of the Frontier, which is Platinum Series 3. Pretty nice. Now this card has two versions. This is from Reviving Legends. This is the Metagross regular rare. Yeah, a regular rare Metagross. They actually exist. But for a second, we're going to put it side by side with the mirror foil version, which also appeared in Reviving Legends, as the Legend series. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Reviving Legends, and Clash of the Summit all had mirror foil variants for all their cards, aside from like the Legend cards, of course. But it's pretty cool to see them side by side. So next up, we've got another Metagross Holo, this time Psychic type, from the Japanese Thunder Knuckle expansion from Black and White 8. Spiral Force and Thunder Knuckle made up Black and White 8 in Japanese. So this one appeared in Thunder Knuckle. An old plasma style card with a blue border. Next card you're going to see is the holographic Metagross from Bandit Ring, X and Y 7. So Ancient Origins for you English collectors. But if your memory is sharper than mine, you will remember that it also featured an uncommon Ancient Trait Metagross in that set, which is not popping with holographicness, but is still pretty awesome, and was about as close as we got to a Metagross full art at the time. But of course, that wasn't the last set, it was the second to last set that Metagross appeared in, because Metagross got 3 GX cards in Alolan Moonlight. First one, of course, being the regular GX version right here. And of course, it goes without saying, all these cards came straight from my collection. No sale binder, no trade binder. These are cards right out of my binders. There is a super rare version, the full art. Actually being priced pretty aggressively on eBay if you decide you want to pick this up. I've seen it for like $8 or $9 a couple of times. You might not have that kind of luck being able to pick it up, but if you are able to be patient for it, sometimes that patience can pay off. And of course, what super rare version would be complete without a hyper rare version? That's what we do in the TCG these days, and this is the Metagross Hyper Rare. Though that is the last of the set-based cards, we do have a few other cards to feature. This is a deck-based Metagross. It's number 5 out of 19. I don't remember a whole lot surrounding some of these cards, especially because I didn't collect the decks at the time. I just kind of ended up with some of these cards, but it's pretty cool to get them anyways. This one is a movie commemoration card, I think. Non-holographic, of course. You actually see the set symbol at the bottom there. That is some sort of commemorative release, I think, if memory serves me correctly. This Metagross appeared in a Leafeon versus Metagross, like an expert deck opening, which I may or may not have. I'm not sure, but I do have this card, and it looks mighty nice. Reminds me of Lost Link with the style of artwork here. And the last two cards that you'll see are the Metagross EX and the Mega Metagross EX with Gatling Slug. These were X and Y promos. So pretty nice to be able to see these cards again. Been a little, not super difficult to come by these days, but a little rarer than they were when they were first released. So always nice to see them again. And of course, this is going to bring us to the end of the video. That is 20 out of the 22 cards, as I'm missing 2 of them, but I don't worry too much about promos and deck cards when it comes to completing my sets, because otherwise it would be so much more expensive to finish them off. Let me know in the comments section below which Metagross card was your favorite, as well as a Pokemon you would like to see featured in this series going forward. Always appreciating some feedback on these, if you enjoy these types of videos. If you don't, but you don't mind them, you can let me know. Well, I won't be clicking on them unless it's a Pokemon I like, but feel free to keep doing them. Or if you really don't like this kind of thing at all, let me know. And this could have an effect on it as well. Maybe make me try out some, some different content. See what you guys might enjoy. So thanks again for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And I will see you tomorrow for another Vote for the King of the X and Y Full Arts release.